administration does view this as a way to sell his accomplishment.
All right, welcome to the stream.
So again, we're waiting
and for people who are not here live, hello everybody. My name is Ben.
Well, we will be keeping an eye out for his fairly.
Hello everybody, my name is Ben. Welcome back to the channel. It has been a minute. But hey, we are back. We are streaming. We are live actually right now. Don't be sad if you missed out on the stream. I don't stream regularly. I only stream for big occasions. As in right now, Donald Trump is on his way through Pennsylvania Avenue in his in the Beast, on the way to Capitol Hill to give the State of the Union address. Of which, by the way, I have a few things here that I've written down that I'm going to cover whilst he is in transit and whilst he gets ready for his speech. We just saw him peel out. Well, I can rewind it back for you a little bit here.
South Lawn, right there. That's on the other side of the White House from where I'm standing. However, just a few moments ago,
he's in there.
I did see part of his motorcade leave.
Anyway, so he's on the way. All right. So while he's on the way, I'm going to talk about a few things. I'm going to go really fast to see if I can catch up to Donald Trump doing his rigmarole right now. First thing up is before the State of the Union. Speaker Mike Johnson had a little bit of a speech beforehand. The Republicans gave a little bit of a speech to, have a sort of rallying cry, a pregame, as you could say. First thing up is this I want to comment about.
They've chosen to hold hostage. Well before the funding deadline, Republicans, as you know, worked in good faith to pass a year-long, full-year funding for DHS, and we did that through a bipartisan committee process. Democrats in both the House and the Senate negotiated on that, and now Democrats in both chambers have reneged on that bipartisan deal. Just one week into this, the consequences of Democrat shutdown are already painfully clear. Look at FEMA. Their operations are really important right now. If they haven't noticed, we have an historic season of winter storms slamming the East Coast, even as we speak, in the northern parts. TSA is...
The Republicans have no room to talk about funding government agencies, because if you remember, if you have a brain that spans more than the last 6 months, Donald Trump gave a ketamine addict full access to all of our spendings in the federal government and caused the loss of a lot of jobs and a lot of funding for a lot of agencies, along with FEMA. FEMA has had their budgets cut so much that there's just nothing left for them, all right? And fucking duh that they don't have the amount to keep up with the storms going on right now. I'm surprised that I'm honestly grateful that we had a very, very, very tame hurricane season, because if they didn't have a very tame hurricane season, FEMA would have been fucked, and so would America would have been. Along with this, I also want to comment on 2110. I'm going to reverse a little bit. I think I actually typed it pretty well.
Nothing but their TDS agenda, the Trump derangement syndrome, and it's on full display. All they can say, all they can tell you about is how they oppose President Trump and thwart his agenda and shut down the government and protest everything from the president's joint address to basic immigration enforcement. And they obstruct.
That's the comment I wanted to say. I kind of forgot what he was talking about. So if you don't know, and if you're not watching this live, basically during the State of the Union, the Democrats are withholding themselves from the State of the Union. They are deciding not to go, to not waste their time, and they are deciding to just forego the State of the Union and to hold their own addresses somewhere else. I'm not even looking into it because I really only care about the State of the Union. Let's be honest here. Everyone's watching the State of the Union. No one really gives a shit about what the Democrats have to say. I kind of agree with Mike Johnson on that no one really gives a shit about what the Democrats have to say. But at the same time, let's repeat what he said.
From the president's joint address to basic immigration enforcement.
To basic immigration enforcement? Brother, this is... You're just like trying to sideline killing American citizens and expelling our rights as a collective community of citizens. Like, oh, the Second Amendment is just right out the window. I have a video coming out soon, probably Thursday if I had to guess, about that whole topic, all right? I'm going to touch on that later. This video is going to be uploaded before that video. It's about Alex Preddy and all that stuff, all right? All this stuff that's going on is not normal immigration things happening. The not normal immigration happenings. This is like, as they said, as they advertised in their campaign, the biggest immigration mass deportation campaign that we have ever had in our country, which I don't even know if that's true, but they were aiming for the biggest deportation in history, the biggest mass immigration handling in the history of our country. All right. By the way, if you don't remember last time we did a State of the Union, what I did was I sat for the entire fucking State of the Union and I fact-checked his entire speech. If you don't remember that, it was a while back ago. I recommend going back and watching that video because that video was a very, very long hour and 40 minutes of him spewing random bullshit. Anyways, along with that, I'm going to add more filler. Let's check on where the president is. Oh, look at this. Here is the vice president. Let's listen to this.
I'm going to ask you to stand by as you're there in the gallery. We've been watching.
So as you can see, I'm going to rewind just a second here. As you can see here, there's a few chairs missing in attendance of the Democrat side, and yes, people are standing up and talking right now, but if you later on in this video see why are there a few people missing, why are there a lot of Democrats missing, they're not there. They're watching a different speech. They're speaking somewhere else. With this, I also want to touch on a few other things real short. Bald eagles we're seeing flying near-ish the Capitol. Like, it was like over... Jesus, this is loud. It was like over, like, a couple pipes or whatever. Smokestacks. And everyone's like, I'm in tears. A group of bald eagles is flying over. Christ is king. Like it's some sort of miracle that animals are flying. Okay. Don't get me wrong. I love the bald eagle as much as the next person. The next American. But do we really need to be like teary-eyed over the sight of a bald eagle? Anyways, this next thing is Zorhan Mamdani and AOC talking in Spanish. I'll basically tell you what they're talking about. They are introducing childcare? It's childcare, right?
Mi español.
Let's watch the video.
No te preocupes, alcalde. Si su hijo o hija está cumpliendo 3 o 4 años en el 2026, usted puede registrarlos gratis en el programa Kinder 3 o Prekinder de la ciudad de Nueva York. Pero debe registrarse el 27 de febrero, que es la fecha límite.
Yeah, it's childcare for all. Childcare for all meaning all, including non-citizens, including people with immigration statuses that are not citizen. All right. Apply for 3 to kindergarten care. That's amazing. All right. And these people are painting it in an image of they're giving free daycare to illegal aliens completely in Spanish. First of all, really, the secondary language in America is Spanish. All right. And guess what? People who know English can fucking read the sign behind it and can also read the fucking text. Guess what? I would rather 1,000 times over my taxes go to free childcare for everyone in the nation. Free childcare for everyone in the nation than I would bombs and tanks in a foreign country. I think we can all agree on that. I would much rather my money go to some teacher that watches over kindergartners than an ICE agent shooting an innocent man in the back of the head. On to the next topic. Oh yeah, this isn't really in politics, but I found it kind of just like concerning of how like I don't know I want to say insecure this father is. Basically, this Lebanese guy, he was doing a stream, and the bit was that he was dressing up in a dress. He was wearing a dress. All right, buff guy in a dress. Ha, funny. All right. His dad comes in and I'm going to show you the video here. Starts beating the shit out of everyone in the room. Look at this. He slaps his son. They're trying to restrain him. He gets ready to throw a chair. He throws, I don't even know what that is. He throws the fucking Christmas tree on him. Like, dude, calm down. It's a bit. Why are you throwing Christmas trees? What is this? What is this? Anyways, I just saw it, and he's like yelling at his son to take the dress off. It's a bit, bro. Calm down. Anyways, let's see if the guy is here yet. Let's see if the guy's here. That's all I had to talk about. Oh wait, no, that's not all I have to talk about. New Epstein files were released, and I will read them to you right here. Let me mute this for a second. All right. So, new Epstein files have been released from just the other day, and I'm here to read it for you. I'm going to read a little bit more that's not highlighted, because they touch on it a little bit, but I want to read the full thing for you so you can get the full picture. Let me take a drink of water. All right, this is about Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, I think I have a previous file. Here we go. All right. The plaintiff, Katie Johnson, alleges that the defendants Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein did willingly and with extreme malice violate her civil rights under blah, 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 blah. By sexually and physically abusing plaintiff Johnson, by forcing her to engage in various perverted, depraved sexual acts, by threatening physical harm to the plaintiff and also her family. Katie Johnson alleges that the defendants Trump and Epstein also willingly, with extreme malice, violate her civil rights under blah, 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 conspiring to deny her of her civil rights by making her a slave. Johnson alleges that she was subject to extreme sexual and physical abuse by the defendants Donald Trump and Epstein, including rape, during a 4-month time span. 4 months! 4 months. She was also alleged to have been enticed by promises of money and a modeling career to attend a series of underage parties in New York City. On a first occasion, Donald Trump, involving Donald Trump and the plaintiff Katie, was forced to, legal word for give a handjob to Donald Trump. On a second occasion, the plaintiff Katie Johnson was forcefully, legal word for blowjob, for Donald Trump. Oh, excuse me, that's previous. That's in my next video you'll see coming up. All right. Next up, on a third occasion involving Donald Trump, the plaintiff Johnson was forced to engage in, wow, this is so gonna get banned everywhere. Was forced to engage in unnatural lesbian sex with a fellow minor, Maria Doe, age 12 at the time. Age 12 we're talking about here. After this, both minors were forced to Donald Trump. The plaintiff, Katie Johnson, was tied to a bed and proceeded to be by Donald Trump. When asked about if she got pregnant from Donald Trump, he threw money at her and said, "Get a fucking abortion. Get an abortion." And slapped her and screamed, "I'll do whatever I want." What the fuck is going on? Alright, I read these files previously, alright? But just remember, this is the guy who we're talking about here. This is the guy who we're about to hear speak for the next fucking 2 hours. We're going to hear this pedophile, rapist, potentially murderer guy speak. Why are we listening to him? Why is he not in jail? Why is he not on a fucking trial right now for the heinous things that he has done? And by the way, with that being said, I also have to tell you that in attendance tonight are previous Jeffrey Epstein victims up in the gallery. I don't know where they are. I don't know if they'll even show them tonight, but they are here. In the gallery, there are many Jeffrey Epstein victims who are now legal, probably just women, legal women, of-age women, probably in their 40s now we're talking, and still, they are in their 40s, and their rapists have never seen justice. Their rapists have never seen the inside of a prison cell. Why? Because they're rich? Because they're powerful? Why? Why is there any special treatment being handled here today? All right? And with that being said here, I want you to take everything he says with a grain of salt. I hope you know I will be fact-checking the whole time behind the scenes, making sure that whatever he says is either true or I'm going to correct it. All right? I'm not going to say that Donald Trump doesn't say true things, because he does say true things sometimes. All right? I think we're about to start talking here. But you got to also realize during this whole live stream, during this whole thing, and if you're watching the recording at home, that Donald Trump is very old. He rambles a whole hell of a lot. And so during this potentially 2-hour video, you're going to hear him talk a lot, and not much of it is gonna make sense. I'm gonna be frank with you. Not much is going to make sense. Straight up, it will sound like gibberish, and it will take me a second to even understand what he's talking about anymore. I have watched Donald Trump over the years talk and talk and talk, do speech after speech, and every single time he gets a little more deranged and a little more far away from the plot. And every single time you see him, I mean, it's kind of sad in a way. I mean, you remember the last State of the Union? If you watched that, he was rambling all over the place, and I didn't actually do that much fact checking on the last thing because his ramblings were enough to be said by themselves. I didn't need to fact check anything because he was saying no facts. It was just nonsense. It was babbling. It was babble. With that out of the way, I'll turn it to Mike Johnson and I'll turn it to JD Vance, because I believe those are the two speaking right now, and we will start to hear the beginnings of the State of the Union.
Notably, there is also a Senate Republican candidate who's vying for a Trump endorsement. That's Ken Paxton of Texas.
Acting Dean of the Diplomatic Corps.
And now the entrances begin as they bring folks in, Mel.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So much pomp and circumstance. Yeah. And here's where you can really see who has
How do I get rid of the
Senate seats, who's going to be trying to shaking hands with the president. We're also getting a glimpse of which Democrats are there and not there, which has also been a storyline that we're watching. Because last year there were so many outbursts from Democrats. It really drew attention away from the night. And so this year, the Democratic leadership really counseled their Democratic members, if you're going to show...
Let's see if I can reload it just by doing this. Oh, look, you can see my video in the recommended. Oh, did it crash? What? Did it crash? Hold on, we have to look up State of the Union. We have to find it again. What's going on here? I guess we can watch the Associated Press. Not much talk is going on here either. What's going on here? And what is with the chat? Can I get rid of chat here? I don't want to see it. I can't get rid of the chat. I'll pop it out. That's what I'll do. Where is it? Oh, it doesn't exist. Alright. I will do this. No, I won't. Alright, this is a whole lot more boring than the other one. Let's see if I can find that one again. What is this? Excuse me? What the fuck is this? Is this a fucking AI claymation of Donald Trump swearing in? What the fuck is this? Alright, that's totally not fucking weird. Yeah, that's creepy. I'm gonna be honest. Alright. Who's here? Bunch of old white people. Alright. Is that Schumer? As you can see, I think that's Schumer right there. And he's doing just about as much right now as he has been doing for the past 20 years in his career. We got the generals over here. I want to see a full shot of the Democrat seats because I want to see who's not there in attendance tonight. Oh, there we go. We got chat up all of a sudden. F. Charlie Kirk, lol. When was America great? I love Fent. Trump, Trump, Trump. Palestine flag. People are chatting Trump. People are chatting that Trump sucks. Save America Act. USA Let's Go. Spiderwebs. Frogs. Yeah, it's just about as divided as America. Is that the... I think that was the South African flag? Alright. Yeah, people are saying Epstein, I love Trump, I hope nobody kirks him. Donation to the Associated Press just said that. Why is the audio so terrible? Probably because it's recording off of the mic that's probably up here, if I had to guess. Now, I started the stream a little bit early, alright, but we got 4 minutes here. We got 4 minutes until the speech begins. And, well, I see the recordings are doing a lot better than last time. Oh, this one is a lot better. Let's tune into this one. There's Chuck Schumer doing nothing. Let's turn this down a little bit. Great comments going on in the comment section of YouTube. Oh, we got a new someone coming in.
The Chief Justice and Associate Justices of the Supreme Court.
Oh, the Supreme Court's here. Here they come. As you can see, third row, there's the rapist walking by. Why is there only 4 in attendance? There's only 4 in attendance? Where are the other 3? 3? There's... Oh my god, my brain's melting. How many fucking justices do we have in the Supreme Court? I don't know. I don't know. Let's look it up. How many justices? There's 9. So where are the 5 others? There's 4 here. Where's Clancy? Or, I mean Clarence, not Clancy. There's a lot not here. Now, I wonder how many people they will announce until Donald Trump comes out. Hopefully it's not a lot. If it is a lot, I'm very sorry. But, you know, you are watching a VOD, so this is what you kind of get for sitting here and waiting for me to react to what Donald Trump says. Hopefully they come out soon. For those of you watching, it actually did just turn 9 o'clock. So, he's late to his own speech. It's 9 o'clock. Donald Trump is not here. I don't even know if he's arrived in the building. Can we get a Speaker of the House? I am now here to present Donald Trump, the President of the United States. Where's Jeff? Full garbage bin incoming. Elon is hiding. Where's Elon and Tucker Carlson? Where's the National Socialist Workers Party? I didn't know they could stack shit in suits this high. Dude, the comments are absolutely wild in the Fox 5 New York chapter. Alright, and I think they're about... Oh, wait. I'm a little behind here. Hold on. Okay, well, I skipped ahead a little bit. Here's Marco Rubio. I think this is the cabinet coming out right now. But notice how it's 9:01. Still no Donald Trump. I think he's running a little bit late. That's alright. Not all of us are perfect. Let's wait for Donald Trump to come out. You know, we're all just waiting for him. There's RFK, I see. Yeah, it's the entire cabinet is here. There's Linda McMahon in the back. I wonder on Kalishi if they are doing bets on what he will talk about. I 100% bet you they're doing bets on what he's going to talk about. Or Kalshi. Excuse me. Literally the first thing that pops up is what will Trump say at the State of the Union? And 52% odds for hoax, 53% odds for ballroom. Who will attend the State of the Union? 81% for Kash Patel. Mitch McConnell is only at 30, and honestly, I don't see him right now. People are taking votes on how long he will speak, whether it's above or below 120 minutes. People really do be taking bets on anything right now, don't they? Do we think he will say Thune, Besant? Will he mention Cuba, Iowa? Who will Trump nominate as the Fed chair? Will the United States confirm that aliens exist before 2027? Who will be the 2028 Democratic president for the nominee? And good bets are on Gavin Newsom right now. I can't really see my phone, but Gavin Newsom is top. Alright, I think as soon as all these people... there's the First Lady. I'm surprised she even attended. Botox Queen. Looks like a goddamn Godsmack show. State of corruption. Oh snap, Ice Barbie walked in. Hide your puppies, everyone. Is Bad Bunny performing? Dude, these comments are actually really good. Don Jr. brought the Coke. Alright. If this goes on for 2 hours, it will be 11 o'clock at night. I'm listening to Donald fucking Trump talk. And you are too, if anyone tunes into this shit. It's gonna be crazy. Crazy, I mean, it's probably just gonna be very boring. It's gonna be very hard to listen to an old man speak for 2 hours. I don't even know if he will go for 2 hours. That's a great question. Let me ask my friend if he's watching the State of the Union. I forgot that my texts show up on stream. Can I get rid of this? Yes, please. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that little pop-up. Oh, is he here?
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
He's here. Oh, there's booze. Did you guys hear that? I heard a lot of booze. All right, here he is. Trump. Trump is high enough to begin now. Poopy is here. The king is here. Trump's #1. This is where he shits his pants. My boy. American flags. The frizz in his hair. Yeah, his hair is pretty frizzy tonight. His hair is not looking amazing. I can actually see the entire fucking streak of no hair. Wow, it looks like he rubbed his head with a fucking balloon. Why is it so frizzy? 2 hours of bullshit incoming. You like it? Dude, you're in the fucking Capitol, dude. He's fangirling over Donald Trump seeing his MAGA hat. He's wearing a fucking Trump tie. Are we seeing this? Are we seeing this Trump tie? Can I please start off the fucking chat? It's literally not even showing up. This sucks. Hold on, I'm fixing this for everyone here. There we go. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go, now you're seeing it. Now we're vibing. Now we got a nice view of the president. Let's see if I can do this. No. That's awful still. We're doing this. Trying to keep him on time. He's already 10 minutes behind schedule. Brother, you're doing a bad time keeping him on time. Not a single head of hair that isn't. Oh! We have to rewind that clip. Look, can we see what Mr. Good is holding up in the back there? I believe that's his name, Senator Good. Is it Senator Good? Who got thrown out of the last thing? Is it Good? Frick, what's his name? The guy who got thrown out of the last thing. He's holding up a sign that says black people aren't apes. Excuse me, it was Representative Al Green. That's Representative Al Green in the back. It wasn't Good, it was Green. Al Green is holding up a sign that says black people aren't apes. Oh my. For those of you who don't know what that's about, Donald Trump posted a video of Michelle Obama and Barack Obama as apes dancing around in a jungle with their faces on the apes, and I believe that's what he's referring to as basically Donald Trump referencing Michelle and Barack Obama as monkeys. I'll turn him up a bit. We are here to hear him speak, after all. We are here to watch him talk. I wish I had a charger. Let me charge my phone. Alright, I'm back. I got a charger. Don't worry about it. I always keep a charger on me. Alright. Who's Captain Baldspot over there? Why is he standing for applause? Oh, someone really got that microphone next to a hard clap. Let's go back to that. Can we go back a frame? I wanted to see this. There's a few people missing on this side, if you see it. No one is applauding over here. Of course, this is just like everything where, you know, one side is applauding, one side isn't. It's just a huge, extremely divided house where nothing at all is settled between the two. All right, can we get to your speech, sir? It's 9:13. I would like to remind everyone the time. It's 9:13. Can we please get on with the fucking speech? We do not have all night.
Members of Congress, I have the high privilege
Thank
and
God.
distinct honor of presenting to you the President of the United States.
I feel like... Here's the USA chant.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. It's really an honor. Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, First Lady of the United States. Second Lady of the United States.
Okay, we're applauding literally everyone.
Members of Congress and my fellow Americans, our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before.
Are we sure about this? Are we positive here?
Less than 5 months from now, our country will celebrate an epic milestone in American history, the 250th anniversary of our glorious American independence. This July 4th, we will mark 2.5 centuries of liberty and triumph, progress and freedom in the most incredible and exceptional nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And you've seen nothing yet. We're going to do better and better and better. This is the golden age of America. When I last spoke in this chamber 12 months ago, I had just inherited a nation in crisis with a stagnant economy, inflation at record levels, a wide open border, horrendous recruitment for military and police, rampant crime at home, and wars and chaos all over the world. But tonight, after just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved
wars and chaos all over the world. Like the strike in Iran, like the fight that we are thinking about doing with Iran right now, like the ongoing Ukrainian war that is still going on that he said that he would solve in the first day in office. I'll give him this. He didn't even solve in the first week, month. I would have been impressed if he solved it in the first week. I will 100% say that. I would have been impressed if he had solved it in the first week, in the first month. I'll give him the first month. If he able to solve it in the first month, I would have said, I can't believe that he actually did that. All right, he hasn't done shit.
A transformation like no one has ever seen before, and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages.
It's really not a turnaround for the ages, bro. The economy is okay, at best. By the way, the Dow and the NASDAQ are both down from when he first took office. Just saying. Oh, he's already out? What the fuck?
And we will never go back to where
they're literally fighting in the fucking center.
Time ago, we're not going back.
They're literally fighting in the center of the fucking Congress here.
Thank you. Today, our border is secure.
He got kicked out again.
Our spirit is restored. Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before.
Again, Dow and NASDAQ are down.
Scared. Our military and police are stacked.
The only countries that are scared are our own fucking allies now, because we have gone against the entirety of fucking Europe. We have gone against all of Europe. We have gone against Canada. We've gone against Greenland and Denmark. We've gone against Germany and France. We've gone against Ukraine. We flip-flopped on Ukraine.
And America is respected again, perhaps like never before.
False. I don't even need to fact-check him right now. This is just off the top of my head that I know this shit. I mean, you can look it up. But I'm not even going to look it up. I'm not wasting my time to show you that.
After 4 years in which millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked, we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far.
Not true. I wonder if he's got to talk about the cartel guy who got killed. That's something I'm actually interested on. No one really knows any details.
In the past 9 months, zero.
One thing I have to say. All right, I know I'm nitpicking here. I think I said this the last State of the Union. But if I was here in the State of the Union, even if I was a Republican, say I was a Republican, right? I was sitting with the Republicans. I am not standing up every fucking time he finishes a goddamn sentence to applaud. I might applaud. I'm not gonna applaud every fucking sentence, dude.
Illegal aliens.
Literally the entire speech. You get ready for this because this is gonna be the next 2 hours. It's just gonna be. That's gonna be the next 2 hours for the Republicans, and I hope they understand that they look a little silly doing it. That's all I have to say.
Aliens have been admitted to the United States.
Oh, here we go, standing up again. We're all standing up. There's the dog killer.
But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard to maintain our country.
She's on her phone. Did we see the girl? Hold on, let me go back a second. She's on her fucking phone. Two of them are on their phone, bro. They do not give a shit about this speech at all. I'm giving more of a speech than them.
The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year.
What was that claim?
The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year. And last year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline in recorded history. This is the biggest decline, think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years, year 1900. In fact, substantially before my wonderful father, I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born, substantially before he was born. That's a long time ago. He wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long time ago. The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country.
Oops.
But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, it was down to 1.7%.
I'm just also going to add in here real quick that the crime statistics have been going on a steady decline for a long time now. That is not a source of Donald Trump doing it. It was on a decline during Biden's whole presidency too. It's not a Donald Trump effect. It's just the effect of what's going on in the country right now. There is just less crime going on. That's all. By the way, at the same time, that's why you're still hearing all the shit of like, oh, it's so dangerous. Like, oh, there's so much crime going on. We need to stop all this crime. We need to fucking give lightsabers to every police officer on the street. No, crime's on the decline. Crime's on the decline. These Republicans will in the same breath say that our cities are so dangerous and there's so much crime going on everywhere, and then in the same breath they will also say that this is the safest that our country has ever been. Can't be the same. Can't be the... You gotta choose one. It's like the same fallacy as the lazy immigrant who comes in and steals all of your federal benefits is also taking all of your jobs and is taking everything from you, taking all of your jobs. How is he also collecting unemployment and doing all of this bullshit? It's the double standard of, well, if he's not lazy and doing nothing, he's collecting all my stuff, and if he's working and not collecting all my stuff, he's taking my job.
Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states.
This is probably true because he started the Drill Act. He's doing the drill baby drill thing, and yes, that's going to decrease the price of gas at the expense of selling off our national park lands and our nation's nature reserves to oil fracking companies. We're destroying our own fucking country for more gas, more oil.
It's under my predecessor. It was quite honestly a disaster. It is now below $2.30 a gallon in most states, and in some places $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited the great state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, I even saw $1.85 a gallon for gasoline.
He's on his phone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Mortgage rates are the lowest in 4 years and falling fast.
6 on their phone.
The annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office. 1 year.
Mortgage rates are going to go down if he starts introducing the things of like 50-year mortgages and stuff like that. Do you want to know the reason why costs of mortgages are going to go down? Because you're introducing it for a longer period of time. It's literally in the exact fucking sentence I just fucking said. The longer your mortgage is, the less you're going to have to pay every payment. All right, but over time, because of interest, your payment is going to build. All right, you're going to accrue more interest, and you are going to in fact pay more than you would if you took a 25-year loan or a mortgage. I mean.
And low interest rates will solve the Biden-created housing problem well, at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house.
Not true. Very not true. What's going on right now is companies are buying up all of the public lands for us to have houses on and buying up all the houses that already exist. I mean, this is a problem of monopolies forming in America, and of course, with this president and Republicans in general, and frankly Democrats now in general, no one's ever going to go on a monopoly busting frenzy, and no one's ever going to touch our real estate crisis going on, because guess what? They're being paid to be quiet and to not fucking worry about the real estate crisis. And why would they? They already all own homes here in the Senate. They don't give a flying fuck about us.
That really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up. We're going to do both.
And keeping the housing market up is just going to benefit these companies that are price gouging the normal everyday American, and this is only benefiting companies here. This is not for homeowners to have to keep the value of your house. Keeping the value of your house goes to maintaining your house. You just wait for the market to fluctuate back into your favor.
And we are going to keep it that way. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election.
Again, the Dow and the NASDAQ are both down from when he took office back last year.
Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions of Americans. They're all
both
gaining.
down.
Everybody's up, way up. In 4 long years, the last administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the
because they had a fucking pandemic to deal with, dude.
United States. And when I say less, substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than $18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe. More than substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than...
The looks on the faces of the Democrat lawmakers, representatives, and Congress people, it's hilarious.
Much less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for 1 year. What a difference a president makes. A short time ago.
Again, look at how many people, just how many people are on their phone on the Democrat side. 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy's leaned over. I'm going to count that as 5, 6, 7. I don't see anyone else. Sorry, let's keep going.
We were a dead country.
We're a dead country.
We are the hottest country anywhere in the world. The hottest.
The hottest. What? He's just saying buzzwords, basically. Doing another USA chant.
As thousands of new businesses are forming in factories, plants, and laboratories are being built, we have added 70,000 new construction jobs in just a very short period of time. It's getting bigger and bigger and stronger. Nobody can believe what they're watching. American oil production is up by more than 600,000 barrels a day, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil.
Again, I understand, that they are now an ally of us, but it's still overthrowing a domestic country. He promised no new wars. If that one operation went faulty, say we didn't take Maduro, and Maduro was still in Venezuela, that would have been a whole literal fucking war declared on us. A whole proper war, dude.
American natural gas production is at an all-time high because I kept my promise to drill, baby, drill.
He did keep that one. That's not necessarily a good thing.
More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working.
It's almost like
today,
our population grows.
100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector. In the 100%, any time in the history of our country, more working today, and 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector. Again,
not necessarily a good thing. Kind of flashback to the 40,000 people he kicked off of the VA, the Veterans Affairs, fucking over our veterans. Still pissed about that one. And everyone should still be pissed about that one.
We've got a record number of job-killing regulations, and in 1 year we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps.
Did you lift them out of food stamps, or did you just suspend their food stamps? Did you just say, oh, they don't need it anymore?
For all of these reasons, I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is strong.
Please end the speech right there. Let us all go home. Let us all just go to bed and forget you exist.
Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud.
Oh, here comes the
men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
I think both sides are applauding for this one, which is good. Good to see a little bit of unity, you know, every once in a while in our country. Now, can we get a heated rivalry?
That's the first time I've ever seen them get up. And actually, not all of them did get up. But they beat a fantastic Canadian team in overtime, as everybody saw.
What was that?
But they beat a fantastic Canadian team in overtime.
Fuck you, I think I heard.
As did the American women who will soon be coming to the White House.
Keep the women away from Donald Trump! What are we doing allowing women to go near Donald Trump? Don't we know what happens? Did I not read enough files for you?
They were in the Oval Office before. And I just want to say a second very big congratulations to Team USA. But I have to say that, and I told them this, and we took a vote of the team. I said, anybody votes no, I'm not doing it. So they stood there, and they weren't about to say no, because I'd never seen a goaltender play as well as goalie Connor Hellebuck.
He kind of looks like Chris Evans. Not really. From the side profile, he did.
Think of it, 46 shots on goal, and I asked him, the one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of your stick and bounced off. You practiced that, or was that a little lucky? He refused to answer that question. But I just want to tell you that the members of this great hockey squad...
Glad the State of the Union is very good with hockey players.
Will be very happy to hear, based on their vote and my vote, and in this case my vote was more important, that I will soon be presenting Connor with our highest civilian honor, which we will be given and which has been given to many athletes over the years. But when I say many, not too many, like 12, it's called the highest civilian honor in our country the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
That's the problem with this guy. For playing hockey, bro. Never said you can't shoot big, but that's pretty big to shoot for.
The best, and I thought he deserved it. And I did take a vote, every single one of them. I said, I'm not giving it if anybody goes no. And every single one of them rapidly put up their hand.
Of
so
course.
I want to thank you. What a special...
I would want my teammate to have I would want my teammate to get a congressional medal, sure, or a Presidential Medal of Freedom, whatever it's called. Let's move on. Can we move on from?
I'm also pleased to say that the next time the Olympic torch is lit, it will be here in America for the 2028 Olympics, first. And it's the summer version right in Los Angeles.
That's gonna be cool. That's gonna be cool to watch.
And Los Angeles is going to be safe, just like Washington, D.C. is now one of the safest cities in the country. And this year, and I must say I got them both. I got them in the first term. And I was
almost dropped my water.
Because I didn't think I'd be the president when this happened. But strange things took place. And now I've got them.
An election?
The Olympics, and I got the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And I wanted to claim the 250th, but I didn't get away with that one. I couldn't claim that one for myself. But we're getting the World Cup. So we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming. And that is exciting news.
I can remember another nation that had the Olympics going on during a time of political upset.
So this will be a year to celebrate our country and the heroes who have kept it free. Men like Buddy Taggart. At age 17, Buddy volunteered to defend America in World War II. Serving in the Pacific under the great General Douglas MacArthur. He fought bravely in the famous Battle of Manila, worked so hard. He was badly wounded and almost killed by enemy machine guns in Luzon. And 81 years ago this month, he liberated the largest internment camp in the Philippines, one of the largest anywhere in the world. But he earned many honors, including a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star, came home, started a family, and tonight he is in the gallery looking forward to July 4th, 2026, his 100th birthday.
He was born July 4th? That's fire, actually. Is that him? Or is that him? That's him. I was like, why are they all not looking at the guy who they're recording? And the cameraman realized that's not the guy who I should be recording. That's hilarious. Who's the other guy?
So, Buddy, you're a brave man, and we salute you. Even in times of challenge, setback, and immense heartache, the spirit of 1776 has always shone through very brightly. It was July 4th of last year when floodwaters tore through a girls' summer camp in Central Texas. One of the worst things I've ever seen. I was there, rising 26 feet in the matter of minutes, tragically claiming many, many lives. You all remember that one. As the waters threatened to sweep her away, 11-year-old Millie Kate McClelland closed her eyes and prayed to God. She thought she was going to die. Those prayers were answered when Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin descended from a helicopter above. Nobody knew where he came from. It was Scott's first ever rescue mission, young guy, but very brave, very, very top, always top in his class, and he lifted not just Millie Kate, but 164 others to safety.
Wow, 164? Dude saved like an entire generation, if you think about it.
People watched Scott from a distance, and they couldn't believe what they were seeing. The winds were blowing, the rain was pouring, everything was going, and that rapid water, nobody's ever seen anything like it. They said, wow, that's something. Tonight, Scott,
they said, wow, it's something.
Are here together.
It's really something.
United for the very first time. Thank you, Scott, Millie Kate.
I said, wow. I bet you Hassan is doing pretty good right now. Should we tune into Hassan?
Ruskin, I'm pleased to inform you that I am now awarding you the Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism, which is what it was, extraordinary heroism. Thank you. And I'd like to have the military aide to please come down and take care of the service. Military aide, thank you very much. Take care of that very important service. Thank you very much. From 1776 to today, every generation of Americans has stepped forward to defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And
I'm surprised he knows that.
We're doing it for the next generation. But now it's our turn. Together we're building a nation where every child has the chance to reach higher and go further. Hardworking American citizens are always...
You see what I mean by there's not much I can truth bomb here?
The heroes who came before us, and that is the promise we must keep to America for our 250th year.
I'm sorry.
Last year I urged this Congress...
Real quick, I follow a lot of people on Twitter here. I don't follow Charlie Kirk, but right now I opened up Twitter in the background just to see what's going on. And Charlie Kirk posted a live stream of the State of the Union going on, and it's on Charlie Kirk's account. So I understand that it's, you know, it's Charlie Kirk's account, but it's just weird that I saw fucking Charlie Kirk post something. Bernie Sanders just tweeted, at Trump's State of the Union, do you think he'll mention the fact that 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck while his billionaire friends saw $1.5 trillion in an increase in their wealth in the first year of his office? Excuse me.
The mission by passing the largest tax cuts in American history, and our Republican majorities delivered so beautifully. Thank you, Republicans. All Democrats, every single one of them, voted against these really important and very necessary massive tax cuts. They wanted large-scale tax increases to hurt the people instead. But we held strong, and with the great, big, beautiful bill, we gave you no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. And we also made interest on auto loans tax deductible the first time, but only if the car is made in America. Recently in Pennsylvania, I met Megan Hemhauser, a devoted mom who's homeschools her children.
Sorry, I'm texting half the Democratic Party right now.
While waiting tables at night, as her husband works overtime.
Yo, I need to get can I get a senator to text me? I would love that. Can I get fucking
tell you that she is so much richer.
Can I get a few senators here? Can I get Bernie Sanders on my phone?
No tax on overtime.
How can I text Bernie Sanders?
Expanded child tax credit done again by Republicans. Megyn and her husband will take home more than $5,000 extra just for the year, cutting her tax bill in more than half. Megyn, please stand up. We're fighting for you, Megyn. Thank you.
She's like, yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Megyn. We're fighting for you, Megyn. Under our bill, parents like Megyn can also activate their children's brand new Trump accounts. And I didn't name it.
Can I just tell you real quick about these Trump accounts? All right, I don't know if he's going to keep talking about it, but the Trump accounts, they're not all that's what is like lined up to be, right? It's supposed to be like an early investment account that only the parents can touch, and it starts with $1,000 in the bank account, and the parents are supposed to invest in the account like I forget how much it is every year, but there's an amount of money that you can put into yeah, the government only puts $1,000 in, and I don't know about you, but if 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, what makes you think that they have the amount of money to put into savings for their kids? Do you know why student loans exist? It's because parents can't fucking put away the amount of money to give their kids any sort of a head start. That's not available anymore. That doesn't exist. There's no such thing as a head start. All right, $1,000. You know what $1,000 is gonna do? Not very much down the road. All right, you think it's bad with the amount of money now? 20 years in the future, how much do you think $1,000 is gonna have in buying power? All right, since we're fluctuating over like $20 fucking cartons of milk, $20 packs of eggs, why do you think in 20 years when these accounts finally open up for the kids to collect their money, that first of all they're going to have anything in there other than $1,000, and second of all, what do you think they're going to do with $1,000? Nothing. They can't go to college on $1,000. They can't do anything on $1,000.
Nobody believes me, but I did not name it. It was named by a very tall man sitting right there in the third row. Nice man, a good man. Tax-free investment accounts for every American child. This is something that's so special and has taken off and gone through the roof. Millions will be pre-funded courtesy of the U.S. Treasury and private individuals like Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6.25 billion to fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children.
Wait, private people are funding?
They're great people.
Wait, go back, what?
$1 million to fund who have private individuals like Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6.25 billion to fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children. They're great people.
Okay, don't get me wrong. It's not a bad thing, all right? The whole making an account for kids and, whatever like that. But this is another point of view or another position where I have to take a stand and say the federal government should not be relying on billionaires to fund their own operations. How much did they say he donated?
Accounts for 25 million American, 200 and Susan Dell, who have donated $6.25 billion.
$6.25 billion. $6 billion. That's a lot of money. You know how much $6 billion is? That's half of what we gave Israel this year. Or 2025. Half of what we gave Israel. $6.25 billion. That's a lot of billions. That's a lot of money. You know what we could do with $6 billion? And giving it to kids, honestly, is not a bad start. But why is the federal government relying on private paid billionaires to do the heavy lifting for them? This is, again, it's funded by private people. You know what that means? The federal government didn't do shit, all right?
To fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children. They're great people. When I asked Michael Dell, how do you make all that money? He said, well, I just sat on my dorm in school and I made computers and I'd sell them to people. And
he's the CEO of Dell, if you're wondering who Michael Dell is. It's in the name Dell. He made Dell.
Just kept selling and selling and selling, and pretty amazing story. That's called the American dream. He sold a lot of computers, a lot of those laptops, so I congratulate him on that, but I really thank him and Susan, as well as others like Brad Gerstner, a very tremendous guy. He was behind it right from the beginning. Brad Gerstner. Thank you, Brad. So with modest additional contributions, these young people's accounts could grow to over $100,000 or more by the time they turn 18. Think of it. How much money is that for somebody that started with nothing? Over 100,000, could be much more than that. To make this...
There's, again, it could be $100,000. You have to realize that the $100,000 comes from the parents. It comes from investing into it personally yourself. It's supposed to be, this is your account for your kid. This is where you put the money that you have to give them. All right? Whatever money that could be, it could be up to $100,000.
This investment in our children's future go to...
It won't happen. In 20 years, I guarantee you, these people will not get fucking $100,000 each.
TrumpAccounts.gov, and a lot of people are doing it. They're setting every record in the book. It's popular. They knew what
setting every record in the book because it's the first time it's happened.
What it was going to take. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of the people that got it started. And now it's just taken off.
Dude, look at how much I've been set back.
Stunning economic turnaround.
Oh no!
The biggest in history. With
Let's speed this up a bit, shall we?
50,000, 4 years ahead of schedule, and the S&P hit 7,000, where it wasn't supposed to do it for many years. Were tariffs. I use these tariffs, took in hundreds of billions of dollars.
Holy shit! Hundreds of millions of dollars on tariffs. Here we go again. How many times do I have to say it? That's our money that he's talking about. All right? When he's talking about hundreds of millions of dollars of tariffs that's being brought in, all right, listen to this one, right? I have a product I want to sell to Americans. The government of America goes, there's no longer a flat rate. You have to pay us $10 extra for every single item. Okay, well, my product normally costs $15. But if I want to maintain my profit, what will I do? I will add this price onto the product. So now my $25 product, now with a 10% tariff, now costs $35. So when you buy it at the store, it's $35. The American taxpayer, the American citizen, is paying $35 now for my $25 product. And the $10 extra that I make off of that goes to paying the tariff to the country, to America, to the government of America. I'm not losing any money as the company selling outside of America into America. I'm not losing any money. The money that's being lost here is from the citizens of America. So every time he brags about millions of dollars being won in tariffs, I remember the last time I saw it, it was $86 million or $83 million that he has scored from tariffs. That's our fucking money. What are they doing with hundreds of millions of dollars of our money? What? Why are we bragging about this? It's a tax on the American people. You say it's a tax on foreign businesses, and technically it is, but the cost just gets shifted to the American people. All right? It's not like, oh, you're gonna add a $5 tax tariff to my product that I'm selling to America. Well, I guess I just gotta bite the bullet. No, they're going to add it to the fucking consumers like they always do. They always do. This Nintendo Switch was suspended from entering shelves for a while. It was held back for a while because of tariffs, because they wanted tariffs to lower. Because they knew that the consumers weren't going to spend that much money on a Switch. Reason why microchips are so high is because, well, there's tariffs on them. The reason why anything's so high right now is because of tariffs on them. And I'm adding more time to myself, and because I just keep talking. Let's see if we can make it a little bit more faster.
For our country, both economically and on a national security basis, everything was working well. Countries that were ripping us off for decades are now paying us hundreds of billions of dollars. They were ripping us off.
Not countries paying us hundreds of millions of dollars. That money is going straight from our pockets to the federal bank account. And I would love to see a receipt of what the hundreds of millions of dollars of our tariff money is going to. If you're going to tax the cock out of us, what is the money going to?
Badly, you all know that. Everybody knows it. Even the Democrats know it. They just don't want to say it. And yet these countries are now happy, and so are we. We made deals. The deals are all done, and they're happy. They're not making money like they used to, but we're making a lot of money. There was no inflation, tremendous growth, and the big story was how Donald Trump called the economy correctly, and 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics didn't. They got it totally wrong. They got it really wrong.
They really did.
Just 4 days ago, an unfortunate ruling from the United States Supreme Court. It just came down. It came down. Very unfortunate ruling. But the good news is that almost all countries and corporations want to keep the deal that they already made, right, Scott? Knowing that the legal power that I, as president, have to make a new deal could be far worse for them, and therefore they will continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling, he's powerful. Country saving. It's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in. Peace protecting. Many of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to...
No.
Settle them with that, will remain in place under fully approved and tested alternative legal statutes. And they have been tested for a long time. They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before.
Do you think these justices are wondering if their entire career is a joke when the president of the United States is talking about how technical the law system is in front of their own fucking eyes?
Additional action will not be necessary.
And they're just like...
tested and approved. And as time goes by, I believe the tariffs paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past,
paid for by us,
substantially replace the modern-day system of income tax, taking a great financial burden off the people that I love. Right? Moving forward, factories, jobs, investment, and trillions of dollars will continue pouring into the United States of America because we finally have a president who puts America first. To put America first. I love America. For decades before I came along, we had the exact opposite. From trade to healthcare, from energy to immigration, everything was stolen and rigged in order to drain the wealth out of the productive, hardworking people who make our country great, who make our country run. Under Biden and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the Green New Scam, open borders for everyone. They poured in by the millions and millions from prisons, from mental institutions. There were murders, 11,888 murders that came into our country.
None of this is
happen.
true here.
And record-setting inflation that cost the typical family $34,000 in just a speck of time. Now the same people in this chamber who voted for those disasters suddenly used the word affordability, a word. They just used it. Somebody gave it to them, knowing full well that they caused and created the increased prices that all of our citizens had to endure. You caused that problem. You caused that problem. They knew their statements were a lie. They knew it. They knew their statements were a dirty, rotten lie. Their policies created the high prices. Our policies are rapidly ending them. We are doing really well. Those prices are plummeting downward.
They're really not. Do you feel like, I'm not even going to do like a whole like statistics thing. Let me pull up a bunch of fucking graphs. Let me just go off of feels. If you're watching this video right now and you live in America, are you still feeling like you're getting raped when you go to the grocery store? Yeah? Alright, he didn't do fucking shit. Next.
The price of eggs is down 60%. Madam Secretary, thank you. The cost of chicken, butter, food, hotels, automobiles, rent is lower today than when I took office by a lot. And even beef, which was very high, is starting to come down significantly. Just hold on a little while. We're getting it down.
It's getting down because he took a deal from Argentina for beef. It's coming... I don't know how many pounds. It was a lot of pounds of beef that is getting shipped over here. And coincidentally, if you're wondering, well, Ben, doesn't that fuck with our economy a little bit? Yeah, it kind of does, because we have our own beef farmers here in America. And they just got gypped out of a lot of money. A lot of money, because it was cheaper to buy beef from another country and make it frozen and have it come over here from Argentina to feed our people, and not American-made beef, not American cows, it's Argentinian cows.
And soon you will see numbers that few people would think were possible to achieve just a short time ago. Nobody can believe when they see the kind of numbers, especially energy. When they see energy going down to numbers like that, they cannot believe it. It's like another big tax cut. I'm also confronting one of the biggest rip-offs of our times, the crushing cost of health care caused by you. Since the passage of the Unaffordable Care Act.
Now, I'll say Obamacare is not the perfect system in the world. All right, it's not the best perfect system in the world, but it guaranteed health care for all citizens. All right, it guaranteed health care for everyone for everyone in the United States who needed it. All right, of which, by the way, we should have nationalized health care, but I'm not even gonna go there. I'm just gonna say this: what was happening is that they needed more and more money to keep up with Obamacare, all right? Because the costs kept on getting higher, because insurance companies kept on price gouging the American government, and basically things like, I'll put it this way, all right? You go to the doctors and you need a saline drip, all right? So you have an IV bag, right? On the little hook, you have an IV bag, all right? That thing could cost, what, $2 to manufacture, $1 to manufacture the IV bag, all right? They were charging upwards to $60 to insurance companies, and just like tariffs, insurance companies shift the blame onto the government. All right, not insurance company. I mean the bill is getting shifted onto the American government, and the government has to pay $60 for an IV bag for no fucking reason. Along with that, a lot of the healthcare companies tell the American government that you cannot buy some of the things, like a CPAP machine. You know, if you have trouble breathing at night and you're laying in bed and you need that thing to keep your oxygen going, all right, the CPAP machines. If you need, or it's not a CPAP, it's called a sleep apnea machine, excuse me. If you need one of those, if you need a sleep apnea machine, guess what? A lot of companies, a lot of healthcare companies will not allow you to buy it. You have to rent it. And if you have a medical condition like sleep apnea, it is probably going to be a permanent condition, and it will be with you for your entire life. So basically what Obamacare turned into was a free just money churn for these these greedy ass healthcare companies that want to price gouge the fuck out of everyone, and they don't care whether it's a person or it's the federal government. So while it wasn't a perfect system, what needed to happen was, again, monopoly busting. Again, going around and saying, hey, you can't price gouge the federal government. Make a law saying that you can't price gouge the federal government. Make a law saying that you have to be willing to sell the equipment, medical equipment, to the federal government and give it to the people who need it, and not have to rent the equipment. Go in with a bunch of doctors and lawyers and figure out how much it costs for all of the equipment you would need for medical procedures, and then give them what, a 30% bump in profit for every item, instead of things like paying $60 for a $1 IV bag, paying like $140,000 for a sleep apnea machine. Like, so if you go and look into it a little bit, you'll see some of the ridiculous prices that Obamacare was being hit with, and it is literally because of corporate greed. All right, and what Donald Trump did was basically just end it. All right, and guess what? That don't do it. You just take people off of healthcare, it just causes people to fucking die.
Sometimes referred to as Obamacare, a big insurance company that's gotten rich. It was meant for the insurance companies, not for the people. With our government giving them hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars a year as their stock prices soared 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, and even 1,700%. Like nothing else.
He's not exactly lying here.
A great healthcare plan. I want to stop all payments to big insurance companies and instead give that money directly to the people so they can buy their own healthcare, which will be better healthcare at a much lower cost.
But here's the thing. He wants to deregulate the healthcare system and put it basically companies versus the consumer or the patient, which isn't better. If you deregulate the system, you just make it so now people are getting personally raped by the insurance and healthcare companies and not raped through by the federal government. You basically just shifted the raping onto the people. All right, you're dodging the issue of the rape happening from our insurance companies and our healthcare companies. You're letting them continue this absolute horrible price gouging and price management on their own fucking equipment. And of course, it's going to turn out horrible, and people are not going to be able to buy what their insurance could buy.
In addition, my plan requires maximum price transparency. That's a big deal. Sounds so simple, so big.
And the price transparency could be good. I agree with that. I do kind of like that. It doesn't stop them from price gouging you. All right, that's basically, oh yeah, here, the pill that you need to take daily in order to keep you alive is $300. Oh, it's $10 in Germany. Fuck you. Here's your bill. That's what it is. Oh, it's $10 in Germany for insulin. Sorry, it's $300 here. Why? Fuck you. That's why. Give me your money.
And I did that in my first term, and the Democrats immediately terminated it with full knowledge that they were doing a very bad thing for the people. Of course, we're going to go way up, and that's what happened. And now I'm bringing them way down on healthcare and everything else. I'm also ending the wildly inflated cost of prescription drugs like it's never happened before. Other presidents tried to do it, but they never could. They tried. Most didn't try, actually. But they tried. They said they tried. They couldn't do it. They didn't even come close. They were all talk and no action. But I got it done. Under my just enacted most favored nation agreements, Americans who have for decades paid by far the highest prices of any nation anywhere in the world for prescription drugs will now pay the lowest price anywhere in the world for drugs. Anywhere. The lowest price. So in my first year of the second term, should be my third term, but strange things happen. I took prescription drugs, a very big part of healthcare, from the highest price in the entire world to the lowest. That's a big achievement. The result is price differences of 300, 400, 500, 600% and more, all available right.
By the way, I don't know why I have the chat off screen. I'll pull it back in for a second here. We're a little bit off. We're like, how far are we? We're like 20 minutes behind. Everyone's chanting Charlie Kirk pizza, and I don't know why. I guess we'll get into that when we get into that.
Right now at a new website called TrumpRx.gov, and I didn't name that one either, by the way. And here tonight is the very first customer ever to get that big discount, and it is big. Catherine Rayner. For 5 years, she and her husband have struggled with infertility, and they turned to IVF. One drug has been costing Catherine $4,000 to purchase, but a few weeks ago, she logged onto the TrumpRx website and got that same drug that cost.
Oh, can you talk about IVF? Trump, I mean, don't Republicans want to ban IVF?
Got it for under $500, a reduction of much more, actually.
They want to ban that.
Catherine, we are all praying for you, and you're going to be a great mom. So now I'm calling on Congress to codify my most favored nation program into law. Now, the one thing, I'm not sure it matters because it's going to be very hard for somebody that comes along after me to say, let's raise drug prices by 700 or 800%. But John and Mike, if you don't mind, codify it anyway. They may do it. Codify it anyway. Thank you. Many Americans are also concerned that energy demand from AI data centers could unfairly drive up their electric utility bills.
Oh, how are you going to combat that one, Chief?
Tonight, I'm pleased to announce that I have negotiated the new Ratepayer Protection Pledge. You know what that is?
No.
We're telling the major tech companies that they have the obligation to provide for their own power needs. They can build their own power plants as part of their factory so that no one's prices will go up. And in many cases, prices of electricity will go down for the community and very substantially down. This is a unique strategy never used in this country before. We have an old grid. It could never handle the kind of numbers, the amount of electricity that's needed. So I'm telling them they can build their own plant. They're going to produce their own electricity. It will ensure the company's ability to get electricity while at the same time lowering prices of electricity for you. It could be very substantial for all of you cities and towns. You're going to see some good things happen over the next number of years. Another pillar of the American dream that has been under attack is home ownership.
This is how I'm feeling right now, too. So instead of, you know, maybe limiting AI, you're just going to build more power plants? We're just going to build more fucking power plants as our... Literally, this is city skylines. Oh... This city block doesn't have fucking power. Just put another fucking power plant there. It'll be fine. That's like, dude. Don't you get the? It's the power. It's not the where the power is coming from. It's not where the power is being generated from. It's the fact that we need this much power. We don't. Okay.
With us tonight is Rachel Wiggins, a mom of two from Houston.
Just let that happen.
She placed bids on 20 homes and lost all of those bids to gigantic investment firms that bypassed inspection, paid all cash, and turned those houses into rentals, stealing away her American dream. She was devastated. Stories like this are why last month I signed executive order to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying up into thousands single-family homes.
I kind of like that. I'm not gonna lie, I like that. I won't lie when I hear something I like.
I'm asking Congress to make that.
If that's true, if that's true,
really, that's what
I like that.
Homes for people, not for corporations. Corporations are doing just fine. Rachel, thank you very much. Good luck with your home. You'll get one soon.
I don't know if that's true. But if it is, I like it.
For Americans to save for retirement, and under this administration, we will always protect Social Security and Medicare. They are not protecting it for our seniors. We will always.
Whoa, not protecting Medicare, bro. You are cutting Medicare. What the fuck is this guy talking about?
Medicaid.
Oh, Medicaid too. This guy. That's
the typical 401k balance is up by at least $30,000. That's a lot of money. We have millions and millions of people, because the stock market has done so well, setting all those records. Your 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer.
It's your problem.
This gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these often forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country, access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker. We will match
Look at Elizabeth Warren.
$1,000 each year. As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
Okay, what about the government? Can we get the government that too?
They stood up for that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up and say, doubt it. Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay.
There's Senator Blumenthal.
I wasn't sure if anybody even on this side was going to applaud for that. I'm very impressed. Thank you. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I like that.
When it comes to the corruption that is plundering, it's plundering America. There's been no more stunning example than Minnesota, where members of the Somali community have pillaged an estimated $19 billion from the American taxpayer. We have all the information. And in actuality, the number is much higher than that. And California, Massachusetts...
Whoa, people are yelling. Hold on. We're going to go back a little bit. Whoa.
$19 billion from the American taxpayer. We have all the information. And in actuality, the number is much higher than this side was going to applaud for that. I'm very impressed. Thank you. I'm very impressed.
By the way, we're listening to this in 1.7 speed. All right? I'm trying to get through this, guys.
But when it comes to the corruption that is plundering, it's plundering America. There's been no more stunning example than Minnesota, where members of the Somali community have pillaged an estimated $19 billion from the American taxpayer. We have all the information. And
that's a lie, you know it.
In actuality, the number is much higher than that. And California, Massachusetts, Maine, and many other states are even worse. This is the kind of corruption that shreds the fabric of a nation, and we are working on it like you wouldn't believe. So tonight, although started 4 months ago, I am officially announcing the war on fraud to be led by our great Vice President J.D. Vance.
Increase it.
We'll get it done. And we're able to find enough of that fraud. We will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quickly.
No, we will not have a balanced budget. The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota. And he's claiming that we're going to have a fucking balanced budget. 20% of our fucking income every fucking year is just to pay the fucking interest on our national debt. There's no fucking way that you're going to get 20% back.
Remind us that there are large parts of the world where bribery, corruption, and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception. Importing these cultures through unrestricted immigration and open borders brings us problems right here in the USA. And it is the American people who pay the price in higher medical bills, car insurance rates, rent, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime. We will take care of this problem. We're going to take care of this problem. We are not playing games. Delilah Colton was only 5 years old in June 2024 when a 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at 60 miles an hour or more. The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California. Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk, and she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up. Thank you, Delilah. Many of the most illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location. That's why tonight I'm calling on Congress to pass what we will call the Delilah Law, barring any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens. And yesterday, as you probably saw at the White House, I hosted a ceremony with Americans who lost their treasured loved ones to the scourge of illegal immigration. People came into our country, how we allowed this to happen with our open borders. These are the angel moms and families that for decades our government betrayed and our media totally ignored. It was terrible. Hard to believe, actually. In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader named Elizabeth Medina was supposed to perform in her town's Christmas parade, but she never arrived. Her mother, Jacqueline, went home to look for her, and she found her lying dead in a bathtub, bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times. Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and brutally extinguished the brightest light in her family's life, violently and viciously. Her heartbroken mother is in the gallery to remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't want them. Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Thank you. We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world. The only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you. Thank you.
See, I feel like, I pause this for a sec. A lot of people here don't really believe in that. I have to say, a lot of people, and I would think a lot of Democrats would believe we need to deport illegal immigrants, but we shouldn't be doing it like we are Nazi Germany, like going around, can I see your papers? We shouldn't have a law mandated by the Supreme Court that you can just go around and be like, oh, you're brown, let me see your papers. Oh, you're not white, you probably don't belong here. Oh, you have an accent, let me see your papers. Are you a citizen?
Democrats in this chamber have cut off all funding for the Department of Homeland Security.
We shouldn't be deporting people who are literally in court trying to get themselves in. We should be giving people a better way in that doesn't involve a lot of time and a lot of money. But that's everything in government.
Democrat shutdown. The first one costing us 2 points on GDP. 2 points we lost on GDP, which probably made them quite happy, actually. Now they have closed the agency responsible for protecting Americans from terrorists and murders. Then item demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, homeland security of the United States, and also for helping people clean up their snow. We have no money because of the Democrats, and it would be nice We'd love to give you a hand to clean it up, but they give no money.
They have no money?
So you have to think about it. We have, in case you didn't know, pretty large snowstorm.
What?
One of the great things about the State of the Union is how...
Dude, the Democrats are falling fucking asleep, and I don't blame them. I have this on 2 times speed just so I can, like, stand listening to him.
It gives Americans a chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
It's just a big clapathon here.
And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act.
Here we go.
To stop illegal aliens and others who are unpermitted persons from voting in our sacred American elections. The cheating is rampant in our elections. It's rampant. It's very simple. All voters must show voter ID.
That is not all of it. I can't go into it right now, but that is not the entire thing. Although there is stuff like, if you are a married woman, one of the very many percentiles of women in this country of voting age, if you are a woman who changed her name when she got married, such as like my mother changed her name when she got married, a lot of people's mothers changed their name when they got married from their maiden name into what the husband's name is. If you have done that, you might not be able to show 2 forms of ID. Because guess what? Your Social Security and your birth certificate have different names according to your driver's license or your state ID. You have different names. So you're going to need to carry a whole lot of information to walk in there to maybe even vote. All right? Some people might not even be able to vote at all. Also, if you've changed your name at all, this doesn't even apply to married women. This applies to anyone who has changed their name. You might not be able to vote. Which, by the way, if all women weren't able to vote in any election, the Republicans would have a huge majority, and that's partially one of the reasons why they're doing this.
All voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote.
Including birth certificate.
Mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. None.
And you can no longer mail in ballot, which eliminates a lot of people.
And this should be an easy one. And by the way, it's polling at 89%, including Democrats. 89%. And even the new communist mayor of New York City, I think he's a nice guy, actually. Speak to him a lot. They had policy. But
we're talking about Mondani.
People to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Want them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a Social Security card. Yet they don't want identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good. No good. Both Republicans and Democrats overwhelmingly agree on the policy that we just enunciated. And Congress should unite and enact this common sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens. And the policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. And we're going to stop it. We have to stop it, Josh. And here, away from home, after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland, a left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered terribly for a long time. But today, all of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a full ride scholarship to Liberty University.
Showing Sarah McBride during this moment is crazy. Hold on. I want to hear this.
Was their son. We have to stop it, Josh.
Let's turn this one down here.
And here's one more opportunity to show common sense in government. In the gallery tonight are Sage Blair and her mother, Michelle. In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials in Virginia sought to socially transition her to a new gender, treating her as a boy and hiding it from her parents. Hard to believe, isn't it? Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland. A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered terribly for a long time. But today, all of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a full ride scholarship to Liberty University. Sage and Michelle, please stand up.
Don't clock it.
And thank you for your great bravery. And who can believe that we're even speaking about things like this? 15 years ago, if somebody was up here and said that, they'd say, what's wrong with him? But now we have to say it because it's going on all over numerous states without even telling the parents. But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that we're even talking about this? We must ban it, and we must ban it immediately. Look, nobody stands up. These people are crazy, I'm telling you. They're crazy.
Systems like that are in place for people who, you know, would maybe face even physical violence if they went home and said that they are transitioning, you know? Like, I'm glad that person found out who they are and, like, they're happy now. But, like, I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat and it's making me laugh. These people are really funny. But, like, these systems are in place, like trying to socially transition them to see how they feel at the moment, stuff like that. It's the professional way of trying to treat a kid with a little bit of respect if they would like it. I understand, and there's a fine line between socially transitioning and, you know, the transitioning everyone usually thinks of when you say I'm transitioning into the opposite gender. Now, socially transitioning is literally just like, obviously the school is not going to buy like if I were to let's say I was her age and I was transitioning into a girl. The school's not going to buy like girl clothes for me. I'm not going to walk around with makeup on and everything like that. It's like, do you want to be called a different name? Do you want to use a different pronoun? Like, do you want to talk to your counselor and, like, do you want your counselor to use a different name for you? All right. Her running away from home and I don't know what situation she he said a horrible situation she ended up in. Whatever horrible situation that she ended up in. I don't know what happened with all that, but these systems are in place because there are many situations of, if you come out as trans to your parents, you'll get beat or you'll get kicked out of the house regardless of if you want to leave or not. Trans people end up homeless a lot because their entire family disowns them and throws them out and decides, well, that child is spoiled. Next. It is a huge risk for trans people to come out and say that they're trans. All right? Because the general population is still otherworldly to trans people. It's still a taboo thing. It's still considered not a acceptable thing. Even I've seen accounts on Twitter it's like the LGBT community, and it's like ripping the T out of LGBT. And I hope you know, these people don't care just about trans people, all right? If they had the amount of votes, guess what? It's not just T. It's the whole fucking rainbow, bud. You're getting killed too, all right? They do not give a fuck just about trans people, all right? They don't like the trans people. They don't like the gays. They don't like lesbians. They don't like anyone apart from the straight, white, Christian male archetype, all right? You're either battened down until you fit into a small subject, or you're on top. And frankly, these systems are in place so that you are protected from not being subjugated and slammed into a horrible situation before you even reach of age and you even can live by yourself legally.
Amazing, Governor. Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we have a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we?
I'm going to double time the speed because I just rambled on for a little bit.
No one cares more about protecting America's youth than our wonderful First Lady. Now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it?
She's a movie star in her own movie.
She has had an incredible impact championing AI legislation, advancing a landmark executive order on foster care, and helping secure $30 million to launch the Melania Trump Foster Youth to Independence initiative. It's a tremendous thing that happened and had a lot of bipartisan support. She gets much better bipartisan support than I do. I get none. She gets a lot. Someday you're going to have to tell me how you did that. And students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the presidential AI challenge, keeping America's next generation positioned to succeed and strongly succeed in the future. Tonight we welcome two young people whose lives reflect the First Lady's impact, Sierra Burns and Everest Nevermont. Thank you both, and Melania, thank you. I know how hard you worked on it. Thank you very much. I'm very proud to say that during my time in office, both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God. Tremendous renewal.
Here we go. Slow it down here because I bet you I have a comment about this.
This is especially true among young people, and a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk, a great guy, great man.
Oh, God, here we go. Now I see why. Whew, the comments right now, I'm going to show you it again. Comments right now are saying... I can't even repeat what that says. Trans for Trump. Alright. I'm just going to move that back over because that's awful to read. We have Erica Kirk in attendance here, and actually she's wearing black and looking like she's grieving for the first time since her Iron Man performance for the entirety of last year.
So last year, Charlie was violently murdered by an assassin and martyred for his beliefs. His wonderful wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica, please stand.
She already is. You know how much money she's made off of all that shit? Also, she was kicked out of the will. Charlie Kirk kicked Erica Kirk out of his own will. All the money that is like earned by Turning Point USA and all of that, it's going directly to the kids when they turn 18. It's like a Trump account, except it was because he hired a private investigator, found out that she was cheating on him. Anyways. Yep.
Thank you, Erica. Been through a lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject
one nation under God was, all right, I'm not going to say
political violence of any kind.
One nation under God was, in fact, put into our Pledge of Allegiance during the 1960s, 70s, during the Cold War, because we had to find some way that we are different from the Soviet Union. And religion was the answer.
We love religion, and we love bringing it back, and it's coming back at levels that nobody actually thought possible. It's really a beautiful thing to see. Above all, unleashing America's promise requires keeping our community safe. We have made incredible strides, yet dangerous repeat offenders continue to be released by pro-crime Democrat politicians again and again. We are honored to be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zuretska. In 2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful, what a beautiful young woman, Irina, fled war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives near Charlotte, North Carolina. And by the way, what's going on with Charlotte? Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released through no cash bail stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget. There were people on the train. No one will ever forget. To restore law and order to our most dangerous cities, including Memphis, Tennessee, big success. New Orleans, Louisiana, big success. And our nation's capital itself, Washington, D.C., where we have almost no crime anymore in Washington, D.C. How did that happen? In fact, crime in Washington is now at the lowest level ever recorded, and murders in D.C. this January were down close to 100% from a year ago. They don't like to hear that. One of the sick people, one of the brave service members who helped achieve this stunning turnaround was 20-year-old West Virginia Army National Guard Specialist Sarah Beckstrom. After a 4-month deployment, she voluntarily extended her service, and her rank was going to be lifted. She was doing so well. They were so proud of her. But the very next day, she was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and shot in the head. Everybody is praying, she said. Sir, he will be okay. The doctors didn't understand what she was saying. You're up. Now I'm going.
I'm going to be honest. They do this every single time during the State of the Union. They cherry pick a bunch of people for sympathy points of whatever side the president is on. Who cares? I want to hear the fucking acts. I want to hear the bills, man.
We're proudly restoring safety for Americans at home, and we are also restoring security for Americans abroad. Our country has never been stronger. My first 10 months, I ended 8 wars, including Camp.
He has said like the same 4 things, by the way, the entire. I'm catching up with him. All right, I was at negative 20. I'm at negative 12 now.
Isn't it funny? Some sick people. Cambodia and Thailand, Pakistan and India would have been a nuclear war. 35 million people said the Prime Minister of Pakistan would have died if it were not for my involvement. Kosovo and Serbia, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia.
Israel and Iran? Brother, they're still getting ready to bomb the fuck out of each other. It happens every fucking 3 years or something. Like, it seems every 5 seconds. I am Benjamin Netanyahu, and I have to say that Iran is 2 milliseconds away from developing a nuclear system capable of reaching the United States. Well, we gotta bomb the shit out of them then! And then we bomb the shit out of them, and, you know... Hello, I am Benjamin Netanyahu, and I am here again to say they are 1 millisecond away from developing a nuclear warhead that is capable of reaching the United States. Well, we gotta bomb the shit out of them! That's us, every fucking time Benjamin Netanyahu opens his fucking mouth.
Armenia and Azerbaijan, the Congo, and... They don't like you. You know, Marco got 100% of the votes when he was in confirmation. I think our next one was about 54%. And some of the Democrats are now saying, I can't believe we approved that guy. And he said it's an honor that they feel that way, right, Marco? Both living and dead, and those parents who had a dead son, their boy, they'd always tell me their boy, they wanted him to...
What's this for?
So thank you both very much.
Yeah, thank you, Rose.
I think about 25,000 soldiers are dying a month. A war which would have never happened if I were president. It would have never happened. As president, I will make peace wherever I can, but I will never hesitate to confront threats to America wherever we must. That's why in a breakthrough operation last June, the United States military obliterated Iran's nuclear weapons program with an attack on Iranian soil known as Operation Midnight Hammer.
Yeah, there it is. Benjamin Netanyahu said that there was, you know, bad shit that we need to go after, and so we went over there and we bombed a bunch of scientists.
All of that proud nation 47 years ago, the regime and its murderous proxies have spread nothing but terrorism and death and hate. They've killed and maimed thousands of American service members and hundreds of thousands and even millions of people with what's called roadside bombs. They were the kings of the roadside bomb. And we took out Soleimani. I did that during my first term. Had a huge impact. He was the father of the roadside bomb. The last couple of months with the protests, they've killed at least, it looks like 32,000 protesters. 32,000 protesters in their own country. They shot them and hung them. We stopped them from hanging a lot of them with the threat of serious violence. But this is some terrible people. They've already developed missiles that can threaten Europe and our bases overseas, and they're working to build missiles that will soon reach the United States of America. After Midnight Hammer, they were warned to make no future attempts to rebuild their weapons program, in particular nuclear weapons. Yet they continue, starting it all over. We wiped it out, and they want to start all over again. Or we will never have a nuclear weapon. My preference, States Armed Forces, also creating a lot of jobs, but we're not even doing it for that reason. Because as I said, we have more jobs, more people working today. Big difference between 2% that's not paid. We were paying afraid of. That's another thing. A lot of money we have. That's more money that people understand. Have to rebuild that program a little bit, but it won't take long. But we got the money, and it was $1,775, and they wanted my approval. And I said, "What's the number? $1,775." I said, "Wait a minute. For $1 more, we can have $1,776." I said, "We're going to figure that." I never asked anybody if we could afford it. $1 more. I said $1,776, and I said, "That's good." And I'll tell you what, our military. That was 4 months ago. Our military. I never see a person in the military that doesn't thank me for it. So we're honored to do it. They just. That's why I designated these cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and I declared illicit fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction. Leaders, I won't tell you who called me. They said, very aggressive. They couldn't believe. They all watched. They saw what happened. This is a different fighting force than we had years ago when we fought Takai. It's a great fighting force. I'm so proud of it. Look at Space Force. Space Force is my baby.
Space Force.
It's becoming so important.
Dude. He is just rambling. I think we're getting to the point where it's just rambling.
Overwhelmed. All defenses are not only defeated the enemy with fighters, to end the reign of outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro and bring him to face American justice.
Please tell me we're getting near the end of the fucking speech.
This was an absolutely colossal victory for the security of the United States, and it also opens up a bright new beginning for the people of Venezuela. We're working closely with the new president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, to unleash extraordinary economic gains for both of our countries and to bring new hope to those who have suffered so terribly. They really did suffer. With us tonight,
hello, chatters.
Alejandro Gonzalez. He grew up in a tight-knit Venezuelan family and was especially close to a beloved uncle Enrique. But after Enrique ran for office in Maduro, he was kidnapped by Maduro security forces and thrown into the regime's really infamous prison in Caracas. Alejandro feared she would never see her uncle again. She feared for her own life also. But since the raid, we have worked with the new leadership, and they have ordered the closure of that vile prison and released hundreds of political prisoners already, with more to come. Alejandro, I'm pleased to inform you that not only has your uncle been released, but he is here tonight. We brought him over to celebrate his freedom with you in person. Enrique, please come down. Thank you, Enrique. Really great heroes. Military valor. If you can imagine, many American warfighters wearing the dog tags. His wife, Amy, had blessed heavily protected military fortress.
Oh, finally caught up.
Military installation protected by thousands of soldiers and guarded by Russian and Chinese military technology.
Remove Herobrine and repeal the Bill of Rights. Oh, that's references
While preparing
to something.
To land, enemy machine guns fired from every angle, and Eric was hit very badly in the leg. And
oh goodness!
One bullet after.
I might end the goddamn video in the stream right now because it's all just fucking. Here's a person who did something. It's all just here's a person who did something. Here's a person who did something. Here's a person who did something. I don't give a fucking shit, dude. I really don't care.
Who would capture and detain Maduro was the only thing Eric was thinking about. Then, even as he was gushing blood, which was flowing back down the aisle, helicopter lands at a steep angle. The machine gun stood right in front of him. They were right in front of him, two machine gunners who escaped the wrath of the previous planes. Eric maneuvered his helicopter with all of those lives and souls to face the enemy and let his gunners eliminate the threat. Turned the helicopter around so the gunners could take care of business, saving the lives of his fellow warriors from what could have been a catastrophic crash deep in enemy territory. Only after safely landing the helicopter with all the warriors aboard in the exact right spot, which was vital to the mission, we probably would have had to maybe cancel the mission if that didn't happen. Eric told his co-pilot, also wounded, but not as great.
Seems as though I'm doing better.
Take over.
All right, dude. The chat is honestly the funniest part about all this. I'm bringing it back in, dude. And no one really needs to see fucking JD Vance. So like, deflower Netanyahu.
Unbelievable what's happened to his legs.
How does this impact Netanyahu's legacy?
Landing.
World War III, take what's ours, repeal the 13th, Trump 2028, World War III.
Blood pouring down the aisle. Chief Warrant Officer Slover is still recovering from his serious wounds, but I'm thrilled to say that he is here tonight.
The chat is the funniest part about all this. I mean, like, he is...
Come on in.
He's like, seriously, whatever he's talking about is really not funny at all. No one really cares. He's just talking about random bullshit. He's talking about, like, random service members or whatever. All right, and I'm sorry if you know, if that's interesting to you. It's really not to me. I'm here to hear the State of the Union. I'm here to hear, like, what the fuck does he have planned for the country? What are your plans for the country? The economy is the fucking cost of living is through the fucking roof, and we're just doing a big fucking like Congress-wide circle jerk here. That's all we're doing here, and honestly, it's really fucking tiring. And the only thing that's different from this being a normal day in Congress is that the Democrats aren't clapping. That's all that's happening.
Beyond the call of duty. I would now like to ask
That's all that's happening, guys.
Jonathan Braga to present Chief Warren.
This, you know what the worst part about this? I fast forwarded so much, I can't even fucking 2 times this, because this is him fucking talking. This is his talking speed, and it's a slow crawl of bullshit. I'm sorry, guys. Down with the Union, up with the Confederacy. Trump, do honor the Confederacy focus. What the hell are these people talking about in the chat? Are we seeing this, guys? What the fuck? Alright. I don't know what this guy did. I honestly muted it.
Well, thank you very much, Eric and Amy. Great to get to know you. I met with them and with a lot of their fellow warriors at Fort Bragg recently. You notice the name Fort Bragg. We have it back. We brought it back. We won the First World War.
That's what they're talking about.
And then they decided to change the name.
Yeah, the reason why we changed the name on Fort Bragg is because it was a fucking traitor name. It was a Confederate that we named it after.
Victory will also be receiving medals at a private ceremony.
Put a statue of Robert E. Lee in every southern town.
Eric will be there.
Pound JD Vance all night. Pound JD Vance all night long. Trump's focusing on the Confederacy. Jefferson Davis.
Thank you, Eric. That's a big one. Tonight we've celebrated many truly extraordinary American patriots, but there is one last living legend to honor.
There's one last one.
He is one.
Before we go, hopefully this is the end, guys.
Aviator, Navy fighter pilot Royce Williams served in World War II.
Vietnam,
flying more than 200.
Korea and Vietnam.
In disguise over Korea.
Dude, this guy's a fucking legend.
Royce was in the dogfight of a lifetime, legendary dogfight, flying through blizzard conditions. His squadron was ambushed by 7.
I don't care what you say. If you're a badass motherfucker, in order to make it through World War II, Vietnam, and Korea, holy shit, dude.
Almost destroyed the others.
Dude, he's just doing it for the fucking love of the game. That's why he's here. He's like, yeah, this is the boring part of being in the military. Give me another fucking plane to shoot down more people. This guy meant business.
Bullets to his own plane and being seriously hurt. His story was secret for over 50 years. He didn't even want to tell his wife, but the legend grew and grew. But tonight, at 100 years old, this brave Navy captain is finally getting the recognition he deserves.
W.
He was a legend long before this evening. Royce, please stand up, and I will ask the First Lady of the United States to present Captain Royce Williams with his Congressional Medal of Honor.
This is awesome right here. See, I have to say, I like this part right here, like honoring the veterans, I do love. Alright, but you have to remember this guy's a fucking draft dodger. Not the guy who's on screen right now. I'm talking about Donald Trump. This guy right here. This guy's fucking cool. What a joke. Dude, who fucking comments what a joke? Dude, no. I don't care if you like Donald Trump or not. I fucking hate the guy. Alright, but I can still admit that that putting this ribbon on this guy, giving this guy that medal, he fucking deserves it. He was through 3 fucking wars, including World War II, dude. Can we get nationalized healthcare for veterans? Like, cover all veteran care? I would support that. And shame on Republicans if they wouldn't. Excuse me. Looks like a demon. Bro, he's like 100. Chill out. You know who also looked weird when he was 100? Fucking Jimmy Carter. That's just what you start to look like when you turn 100, dude. This is what Jimmy Carter looked like when he was 100. I mean, I fucking love him, but oh my god, he did not look good when he was 100 years old. Relatively speaking, this guy looks actually pretty good for being 100 years old.
Thank you, Royce, and thank you, Eric. I've always wanted the Congressional Medal of Honor, but I was informed I'm not allowed to give it to myself, and I wouldn't know why I'd be taking it, but if they ever open up that law, I will be there with you someday. But you know, that's our highest honor, Congressional Medal of Honor, and that's a big thing, and it's an honor to be in the same room with you. Thank you both very much, Eric. Thank you.
Incel Revolution 2028. Why are they waiting 2 years, dude? I don't understand.
Thank you. First breaths 1 century ago, 100 years before that, on July 4th, 1826, the author of the Declaration of Independence,
Almost forgot the word.
Thomas Jefferson drew his last breath. Just a single long human lifespan separates the giants who declared and won our independence from the heroes who stand among us tonight. Everything our nation has done, everything we have achieved, has been the work of those few great lifetimes. In those brief chapters, Americans built this nation from 13 humble colonies into the pinnacle of human civilization and human freedom, the strongest, wealthiest, most powerful, most successful nation in all of history. Americans ventured out across the daunting and dangerous continent. We carved paths through an unforgiving wilderness, settled a boundless frontier, and tamed the beautiful but very, very dangerous Wild West. From empty marshes and wide open plains, we raised up the world's greatest cities. Together we mastered the world's mightiest industries and shattered history's monstrous tyrannies. And we liberated millions from the chains of fascism, communism, oppression, and terror. Americans lifted humanity into the skies on the wings of aluminum and steel. And then we launched mankind into the stars on rockets powered by sheer American will and unyielding American pride.
Pretty sure it
we
was
wired the globe with ingenuity. We captivated the planet with American culture. And now we are pioneering the next great American breakthroughs that will change the entire world.
Why are they spamming Charlie Kirk's squirrel?
All of this and so much more is the enduring legacy, unmatched glory of the hard-working patriots who built and defended this country and who still carry the hopes and freedoms on all of humanity's backs. For years they were forgotten, betrayed, and cast aside. But that great betrayal is over, and they will never be forgotten again. Because when the world needs courage, daring, vision, and inspiration, it is still...
Yeah, our ancestors won't be forgotten, except for, you know, if you're not white and you are a veteran, because you also got removed from the Arlington Cemetery database. Sorry about that one.
Turning to America, and when God needs a nation to work his miracles...
He likes his veterans, he just doesn't like the black ones.
There is no challenge Americans cannot overcome, no frontier too vast for us to conquer, no dream too bold for us to chase. I
agree with this comment right here. Under 1.5x is just undoable.
Our destiny is written.
Trust me, it is fucking tough, dude.
And these first 250 years.
Free squirrels for all Pakistanis.
From the rugged border towns of Texas to the heartland villages of Michigan, from the sun-kissed shores of Florida to the endless fields of the Dakotas.
This guy's just talking about America now.
Philadelphia.
I don't even know what he's doing.
Right here in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the golden age of America is upon us. The revolution that began in 1776 has not ended. It still continues because the flame of liberty and independence still burns in the heart of every American patriot. And our future will be bigger, better, brighter, bolder, and more glorious than ever before. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank God this is ending.
America.
God bless the ending of this fucking speech. Holy shit. Alright. Just like all of the Democrat senators and congressmen and lawmakers, I am really fucking done. Holy... Thank you, Jesus, for freeing me from this fucking hell of listening to this guy. I mean, oh my God. I swear to God, this is the first year he's in office? Oh my God, we have another fucking 3 to do of these? I'm gonna fucking flip it. That's 6 hours of Donald Trump I'm gonna have to hear. Now how much of Donald Trump I already have to hear? I don't have anything to say about that. This is gonna be such a fucking... this is gonna be such a fucking horrible video, because guess what? He said fucking nothing. He did nothing. He promised nothing. He showed nothing. There's nothing. This was a 2.5 hour nothing burger. I'm watching just because I feel like there might be a spectacle from Democrats. I don't know if there are or not, but I'm just, you know, just curious. If he falls over, shits his pants, I don't want to miss it. That was a home run, man.
Job. Thank you.
I want to hear from Senator Green.
Good
job, man.
Thank you.
Right here.
Good job. Good man.
I love how I opened up Instagram and this is the first thing I saw. I don't know if you can see that, but that's Jeffrey Epstein. My country 'tis of me. Is that Epstein right there? I know, I'm just kidding.
Good.
I think you should take the rest of the day off.
I think we have to. We're going to have to. Thank you.
All right, guys.
You killed it.
Thank you, Virginia.
It was amazing. It really was. Home run. Really a grand slam. America loves you, Ross. Thank you. It was amazing. America loves you.
Oh, look at this guy. I like that guy. I want that guy. Give me that time.
Thank you. What's your time? Initial. Just an initial.
Oh my God, you're a fucking member of Congress, bro. Isn't this just like your boss? Why are you like fangirling over him, bro? Like, it's fucking embarrassing, to be honest. Like, really. I wouldn't be doing this shit if I was a congressman. I'm gonna be honest here. Like, seriously. Even if I was like a congressman, I wouldn't be fangirling over the fucking president like this much, bro. It's really like not that fucking impressive. It's not cool to do that. Alright. While he ends off,
thank you, everybody. Great job. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. Really, the best ever? That's a nice. Coming from you, that's a big statement. It's also the longest. Great job, also the longest. Thanks so much.
He just got dodged of a fucking handshake. Oh, okay. There we go. Watch your steps, sir. You might not know how to walk well. All right. That's the end of that.
The chair declares the joint session of the two houses now dissolved.
No mention of the Epstein files. No mention of anything like that. But, you know. What did you expect, really? Alright. That's the end of it. Obviously, nothing was really done. Nothing was said. Just as I predicted, he was just gonna ramble on for most of the fucking speech. It's genuinely sad. It's like listening to someone in an old folks' home, but he's in charge of the fucking country for some reason. Like, I don't understand the absolute hardest glazing in the fucking world being done here with... that was the greatest speech ever. That was the greatest speech I've ever heard. Greatest State of the Union I've ever heard. Bro, he meandered for 2 hours. He may have spoken... Oh, what's going on?
Without objection. Does the gentleman from Louisiana have a motion?
Oh. Well, that's the end. Okay, that was very abrupt. I was trying to hear what that guy was going to put in motion, but, you know, fuck us for wanting to hear about the government. Anyways, that's the end of all of that. So, thank you all for watching the stream. If you were tuning into the stream, thank you all for watching the stream. For those of you who are watching this video afterwards, which hopefully are a lot of you, people are doing, maybe I'll be Tracer in the comments. Thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you for sticking to the end if you did. This is way longer than Donald Trump's first speech of an hour and 40 minutes. Although I did take, what was it, 20 minutes at the beginning for myself. That still runs about a 2-hour long speech. Anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you at least remembered how much Donald Trump fucking sucks, I guess. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Good night, everyone. I hope you have a good night. Bye.